Last day we have discussed some string program, right? And before that we have discussed some array program. Okay, inside string we have different methods. So we have last day we have seen how to compare two string object when we are creating object with new keyword, when without new keyword, and we have seen some example for string buffer as well. Right, inside a string buffer we have some method, inside a string we have some methods. So we have seen an example. Now today we'll discuss this collections part. What is this collections? Okay. So in Java, like as of now we have seen if we want to store any value, we have primitive data type, we have non-primitive data type. Okay. दीदी दरवाजा बंद कर देना तो दीदी दीदी पापा दरवाजा बंद कर दीजिएगा ना sorry. So to store any data in Java we have primitive data type, we have non-primitive data type. Primitive data type we have integer, short, byte, boolean, like that, right? Let me add someone. Yeah. So let me create one class first. Now we'll create some package from dot amis dot non-primitive primitive. We'll create one class inside that. Okay. So first we have primitive data type. Inside primitive data type, when we want to store single value, then we'll go for primitive data type. When we have to store more than one value, okay, then we'll go for non-primitive. Okay, so in non-primitive we have seen only array earlier, right? Like in array we can store multiple values. Okay, so there are multiple predefined classes in Java where you can store more than one value, or you can create your own class to store more than one value, right? Array and collections we have different class, so we'll use that one. So I'm writing just collections here, and you can create your own data type as well. Your own data type. Like in primitive data type we have integer, we have long, we have double, right? So you can create your own data type as well. You can give any name, like I can create data type with my name as well. So how can we do that? So in non-primitive data type, so when we are creating any class, right? So I have created one class here, class amis. So this is one class. Inside this class you can create different variable, right? So this whole class is what you can consider, this whole class as a variable, as a data type. Okay, so this amis, so inside this amis class I have declared some variable, int age equal to 10, string name equal to amis, string mobile equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6, and string email equal to abcd@gmail.com. Okay, so if you want to store any user information, what we'll do, we'll create one class. Inside that class we'll create some variable like age, name, mobile, email, and inside that we can store those information. So this class, this amaze class, is what? Data type. Which type of data? Amis. Class name is Amis. So this Amis class can store these information of any user: their age, their name, their mobile, and their email. Okay, so it you can, so this is your own data type. You have created this data type, you have created this Amis. So with the help of this class you can create your own data type as well. Got it? Now we'll go for this collection one. So let me open the pane first. So in collection we have different topic. So first I am just typing those topic name here. Okay, collection. Alright, bold here. Okay, now what is this collection? So this collection framework provides a well-designed set of interfaces, classes, predefined classes. Okay, so in Java, we have discussed already, Java contains some predefined library, predefined classes, and predefined interfaces. So collections is what? Collections contain some predefined library like array list, set, queue, map, iterator, like that. Okay, so we'll use those interfaces and classes that contain different methods. So we'll use those methods in our site. Okay, so it contains, so collections, it means diagram. Yeah, so if this is collections, okay, so 1, 2, and 3. First we'll go for array list, then we have set. Oh, why it's not typing here? Then we have set, and then we have map. Okay, and then we have queue, and we have iterator also. Okay, so in collection we'll discuss these topic in depth. Inside array list we have different methods. Inside set we have their different types as well. Map we have different types. Queue we have different types. So we'll see those different types in depth as well. So first we'll start with this array list. Okay, what is this array list? Okay, so earlier we have seen array concept, right? To storing multiple data in single variable, right? What is the syntax for creating any array? Int like type of that array, then array name, this parenthesis equal to new int your parenthesis, and then you have to provide some size of that array, right? So in array their size is fixed. Okay, if you have sliced array size with 10, it means they have captured the memory for that 10 value. Okay, it is fixed now, you can't change size of that array. So this is the disadvantage of that array one. So if you have created any array object and you have initialized their size, because the size is mandatory when you are creating any array object, it is mandatory that you have to provide array size. Or if you have provided array size with 10 and later you have to store only two value. Okay, so your array size is 10 here and you want to store only two value inside that array. The remaining 8 space is empty, right? That 8 space in that array is there is no use of that 8 space, right? Because you have filled only two value inside that. So this is the disadvantage. So like if I'll give you one more example, so you buy some uh, let me create one more. Yeah. Okay. So this is your house. Okay, this is your house and you want to paint this house, this whole house. So you went to market and you bought some paint, right? You bought approx 10 liter of paint. But if you want to buy paint your house, 2 liter paint is enough. 2 liter paint is enough. You bought 10 liter, right? 8 liter paint, there is no use of that 8 liter paint, right? So it is nothing, we are just wasting those paints. The same way, we have this array object, we want to store only two value, but at that time, like before finding like how many size it requires, so earlier we have created array object with 10 size, but we want to store only two value, so that 8 space is empty here, so there is no use of this one, right? So this is the disadvantage of array, right? So in array list, so collection introduce this array list concept. In array list, what we have, so if you want to create any array, right? So size is not fixed. Okay, it is flexible. If you want to store 5 value, if you want to store 10 value, if you want to store 15 value, you can store n number of value. So their size is not fixed, it is flexible. So at the time, like when you are creating array list object, so while creating array object, you have to give their size, but when you are creating array list object, you don't have to mention their size. Okay, after creating array list object, if you have added two value, they will add only two value. They will not create memory like 10, 20, 15. If you have added only two value, they will add only two value into that, and they will create memory for only two value. Got it? Now we'll see via program. Let me remove this one. So see, I'm explaining both. Int arr equal to new int I have created this array object with 10 size, because array it is mandatory to give size, right? Oh, it's not working. Yeah, because here size is mandatory. Okay, now array list. So array list is what? So just array list is same like array. Array list is same like array. So when you are creating array list, so array list is what? Array list is one class. Okay, and we have one interface as well. List is an interface. So we have discussed interface and class concept, right? So interface we have only declaration. Their implementation is available in which class? Sorry, their implement. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, correct. So this list is an interface. So in list we have only declaration. Okay. So if we have any interface, and we have sorry. So list is what? List is an interface. Inside this list we have different methods. Okay, their implementation. So this list interface implementation available in which class? Array list class, right? Earlier we have seen interface like abstraction program example, right? We have created one interface. Inside that interface we have declared some method, right? Let me open that. This is abstraction 2. Yeah, see here. So we have one calculator interface. Inside this calculator we have created three method. So we have just declared those method in interface: addition, subtraction and multiplication. But their implementation is available in which class? Where we have implemented those interface, right? So in this calculator IMPL we have implemented those methods: addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? So calculator is one interface. Their implementation is available in calculator IMPL class. The same way, list is an interface. List implementation available in which class? Array list class. It is same as calculator and calculator IMPL. So this list is equal to calculator interface, and array list is equal to calculator IMPL. Got it? Just hold 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. So list is one interface and their implementation available in array list class. All right, now how can we create array list object? So if we have any interface and if we have their implementation as well, right? So we can't create object of an interface, right? We can't create object of interface. We can give only reference to that interface, right? We can give only reference to that interface. If you see here in this abstraction 2, we have this calculator interface, we have this calculator impl class. How can we access this addition method, subtraction method, and multiplication method? If you see here, we have given reference to interface, our calculator interface, this one. But when we have used this new keyword, so always remember, we can't create object of any interface, we can give only reference to those interface. So always when we are saying about the object creation, then we can create object of only class, not the interface. So left side we have reference, right side we have object creation. So we are creating object of which one? We are creating object for calculator impl, they are for that implementation class. Okay, any doubt on this one? Why left side we are writing interface name, why right side we are writing class name? If you have any doubt, please ask. Hello.
No doubt.
Okay. The same way, if we have to use list and array list, so left side will use list. Okay, and list name equal to new, and then array list. That's it. So this new array list is what? Array list is one class, list is one interface. So we are trying to create object of array list. So new array list, we have created object of this class. Left side we have given interface name, so we are giving reference to that interface. Okay, so this way we can create object of array list, right? So we have created different class for that now. So just I am reverting that code. Yeah, let me close this one. Okay, so now here we'll see list. So see here, this list, that collections. So inside collections we have that array list. So that class and that package, sorry, that class and that interface came under some package. So it came under java.util package. The same way we have created different package, right? com.amish.abstraction, com.amish.basic. So if any other person trying to access these classes, these example 1, example 2, example 3, so they have to add this package name into their program, right? They will import that package and then they will be able to access these class, right? The same way we are trying to use this list interface. That list interface is available inside Java, right? So inside Java we have different package. So this list came under which package? Java.util package. Java.util.list. So this list, the list we are trying to use here, it came under which package? Java.util.list. Java.util package. Got it? Now inside this list we have to use this angle bracket, and we have to mention the data type, like which, like we have created here integer data type. We can create array for string as well, we can create array for character as well, we can create like we can create array for different primitive data type as well, right? The same way, in when we are trying to create array list object, we have different data type, integer, character. So we can create uh, array list for those data type as well, but we can't use those primitive data type. For all primitive data type, For all primitive data type like integer, char, long, double, boolean, these all are what? These all are primitive data type. But when we are using this collection framework, so collection framework works with only object, right? So Java is not 100% object oriented programming language. You can say Java is 99% object oriented programming language. Why it is 99%, why it is not 100%? Because we have this primitive data type, integer, character, long, double, boolean. So we can't create object of primitive data type. Everything in Java we can create object of that one, but we can't create object of primitive data type. Primitive data type is not in form of object. Okay, so that's why Java is not 100% object oriented programming language. So to reduce this thing, Java introduced one feature, that is wrapper classes. What is this wrapper classes? So instead of, sorry, wrapper, WRAPPER, yeah, wrapper classes. So for each primitive data type, we have introduced their wrapper classes. For int, we have integer. Okay. For long, we have this long. For char, we have character. Boolean, we have boolean. Double, we have double. Sort, sorry, slash sort, we have this sort. Same byte, we have this byte. So for each primitive data type, we have their wrapper classes, right? Wrapper classes, this one. Left side is your primitive data type, right side is your wrapper classes of those primitive data type. So now we can create object of this integer. Okay, so this integer, long, character, boolean, double, sort and byte, these wrapper classes in the form of object. So if you are using these wrapper classes, it means your Java code is fully object oriented code. Alright, if you are using normal primitive data type, it means your code is not 100% object oriented. Alright, so to overcome this object oriented concept, Java introduced this one, this wrapper classes one. Okay, so instead of using those primitive data type, so in collections we will use their wrapper classes. So with, like, for integer, we have integer, long we have long. This long is small l, but in wrapper classes we have big capital letter L. We have this char in primitive data type, but in wrapper classes we have character with capital C. Same boolean we have capital B, double we have capital D, sort we have cap sort, byte we have capital B, right? So these are the wrapper classes for each primitive data type. Got it? Now when we are trying to create array list object, so we'll use this list, and in this angle bracket we have to mention their data type. So here we want to create which one? integer one, int array, right? Here we have created int array, right, with this 10 size. The same way we create integer type of array with wrapper classes. So list of integer, list equal to new array list, okay. So this is the syntax for creating array list object. Now how can you add value into array list, right? For array, what we are doing earlier, arr of 0 equal to 10. So they will store that 10 in 0th index in that array. In array list, their index starts with 0, same as array, okay. But if you see here, we haven't mentioned their array list size. So their size is flexible at runtime. If you are adding 5 value into that list, they will accept that. If you are adding only 2 value, they will accept that. It's not like array, like if you have declared array size 5, you cannot add value more than 5. But in array list, at runtime, you can add n number of value. If you are trying to add 5, it is okay. 10, okay. 1, okay, no problem. Now how can you add any value into this array list? So we have one method, add method. So just what we have to write, our object name dot add. So list dot add. Now I have entered 10 here, okay. So list dot add and 10, it means they will add this 10 inside this list, okay. If I'll print this list, we'll get the output. See, we got this 10 here. And we have this array, right? Let me show you that one also. We have this array. And if we want to store any value in this array, so arr of 0 equal to 20. Right? So this is the syntax for storing any value into array, and this is the syntax for storing any value into array list. Any doubt on this one? How can we create array list object? How can we store any single value into array list?
Bhaiya, can you repeat?
So see here, this is the syntax for creating array object. What we are doing here, integer. So we are trying to create integer type of array. Int arr, this is the array symbol, equal to new int and their size. If we want to add any value into that array, so we have their index. So array of 0 means they will store this 20 in first place. Got it? So this is for your array. Now we have introduced this array list, okay. Why we will use this array list? Because when you are creating array object, their size is mandatory here. So you have added only one value, but you have created this array object with 10 size. So 9 place is empty here, na? So that is wasting of memory, right? So that's why we have introduced this array list concept. In array list, you don't have to mention any size, okay. In runtime, you can decide you want to store 5 value, you want to store 1 value, 2 value, 3 value, whatever. So see, I have added here only 1 value, okay. Now I am checking their size here. So list dot size, okay. And same for this array, I am checking their size. So why? So if you want to check array size, we have array dot length method. In list we have size method. See, list dot size. In array we have array dot length. So in array we have dot length method. In array list we have size method. Okay. So I am running this program. If you see here, for this array we got size 10, but for this array list we got size 1, because we have added only one value. That's why we got this size as a 1. But for this array we have initialized this array size with 10. That's why we got 10 here, and we have added only one value. So there is wastage of memory. 9 memory is waste. We are wasting 9 memory in that array. But if we are using, if we'll use array list, it means we are saving that memory. We have stored only one value, right? So if so at runtime you can decide how many value you want to store. Got it? The main difference is this one between array and array list. Now any doubt? Now it is clear now. And the one difference is we are using here wrapper classes. The integer class wraps a value of primitive type int in an object. As I said, primitive data type, all primitive data type, int, char, float, double, boolean, is not in a form of object. So except this primitive data type, everything in Java in a form of object. Okay, so to overcome this, Java introduced this wrapper classes. So this integer in Java in a form of object. So for int we have integer, for boolean we have boolean with capital B, for char we have character with capital C, like that, like this one. Now any doubt up to this one? Anyone?
No.
Okay. So here we have created array list object and we have added one value inside that, right? So this is the simple example. Now we'll see some other example for this array list. So let me create one more class here. Array list example. Let me show you one more thing. If you see here, I have used this array list class and list interface. So I have added two lines for that import, right? Instead of adding two lines, you can do what? Java.util.star. Star means they will add both list and array list. So whatever class and interface we have in this java.util package, they will add their import in single line. So instead of adding instead of adding two import, we can add only one. If you see here, we have this two line. Instead of using these two, we can do like import java.util.star. Star means what? All. They will add all import whatever it in java.util package. So we don't have to write multiple lines for that, right? So you can use this one as well. You can use this one as well. Okay. So first we'll create a list object. So list integer type of array, list equal to new array list, array list. integer. Okay, we have to import this one as well. So java.util. So always, if you are preferring, if you are using if you are using this collection one, so always you will import which one? Java.util package one for this list and array list. Okay, so we have created their object. Now list.add 10, list.add 20, list.add 30, list.add 40, and list.add 50. Okay, if we'll print this one, this is out list, we'll get the output 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, we have added 5 value, we got 5 value here. All right, so in it out, so this way you can add multiple value in array list object. Okay, now we'll see one more example for which one? Via user input. How can you add value in array list via user input? Simple. What we'll do here? First we'll create object of scanner class. Scanner equal to new scanner system.in. Right? Now you have to take one input first. How many value you want to add? How many will you want to add? Okay, if you want to add 5 value, so you have to add 5 value into that. So in array we have seen, if we want to add more than one value in that array, what we'll use? For loop. So we'll apply one for loop up to whatever value we want to use. So if you want to add 5 value, we'll apply that for loop 5 times. The same way in array list, we'll use that same approach. Okay, if you want to add 5 value, so we'll apply that for loop up to 5 times. So array list index also starts with 0. So int I equal to 0, I less than 5. So it will execute this for loop up to 5 times. 0th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, it will get outside of that loop. Okay, then I plus plus. Then list dot add sc dot next int. Got it? It means when we'll run this program, they will execute this for loop total 5 times, and if we'll input total 5 number in this array, they will add those 5 value in that list, and after that we'll print that list again. Okay, so let me comment this one, because now we'll add those value via user input. Okay, let me run this program. 10, 59, 56, 23, 45. So I have entered here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 value, right? See, we got output here 10, 59, 56, 23 and 45. Got it? So this way we can store multiple value in array list via user input. Any doubt in this? How can we store value in array list via user input? And if you have any doubt, please ask. Okay, good. Okay, actually, I have some cold, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll discuss the next topic, right? No, tomorrow we'll see some programming depth in this array list, and then we'll go for map and set, right? So, thank you for joining. That's it for today.